Hello everyone, Carl here from Brrraaains Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, with some news on this bright Wednesday morning / afternoon by the time this video actually goes up. We begin with Stöner, the US rock trio, have announced a UK and Ireland headline tour for April and May 2022, as well as an appearance at Desert Fest in London. This news follows the release of their live album, Live in the Mojave Desert, out now via Heavy Psych Records. Go check out our review of that show on the site. It was a great stream, and you can pick it up on record now as well. Tickets for the dates next year are on sale, and you can catch them on the following dates. If you don't know, Stöner are Brrraaains Head-Banging guitar vocals, Nick of Lyra bass and vocals, and Ryan Gutt on the drums. From flowing epic jams to all-out punk blast, by name alone, it's safe to say they know exactly what they're doing. It ain't anybody's first time at the dance, of course, but you don't call your band Stöner from lack of experience. Stöner, however, straight ahead their moniker is, encompass varied styles in the songwriting of Bjork and Oliveira, both founders of Kyuss, also Mondo Generator, Che, Fu Manchu, Blood Clot, as well as Oliveira's position as bass and vocalist on the most celebrated Queens of the Stone Age albums from 1998 to 2004. Atop the classic style swing and flow from Gutt, also Bjork's a solo band. Stöner keep it casual and where the name is only those who helped create the sound could. Brrraaains comments with these words: "One of the first things Nick, Gutt and myself wanted to do when we got Stöner together was to get over to the UK and Ireland. Good things come to those who rock. See you all soon." As previously said, the debut offering from Stöner, the epic live album Live in the Mojave Desert, is out now too.
Wash the hall, wash the dog, it's all the same.
Now we're talking about Kath and the Kicks, an alt-rock trio from Leeds, due to release their fourth single, I'm Alive, on the 21st of May 2021. The band, formed of Kath Edmonds, vocals and guitar, Shanine Mooney, bass, and Matt Larkin on drums, recorded the track at Corner House Recording Studio. Had it mastered by Dave Draper and with Alicia on their very own independent label. They had this to say about it: "It's a really exciting time for us. This is our fourth single together, and each new project sees us explore different ways of creating our sound. This tune was recorded during lockdown, and in a way, the adaptations we had to make in our recording process really suits the message of the song. There's always a way to experience and to be grateful for the world around you. Life is so delicate and precious. Sometimes we get lost in the everyday. We don't see how blessed we are to have the most simplest of things. When you do realize how lucky you are, despite what might be happening in your life, that is when you are really living." Strong words there from the band. Make sure you check out the single when it comes out. Now we're talking about Vulture Lord. 18 years since the release of their first full-length album, The Wicked and Blasphemous Profane Prayer, the Devils of Vulture Lord have returned with its successor. Desecration Rite is an unholy assault of malice and malevolence, a shocking affirmation of Vulture Lord's dedication to the dark, dripping with spite and venom, a hatred you can taste. The songs that combine to form the Desecration Rite are hymns of annihilation and adoration of absolute destruction. The profound intensity of Vulture Lord's second album should come as no surprise, with members of Urgihol, Carpathian Forest, Adizima, and Beastcraft completing this cruel coven. How could their combined incantation summon anything but the most devastating of beasts, particularly when the songwriting crafts of Tronda Nefes continue to play their part despite his departure from this realm in 2012. The ceremony opens with the grand invocation of glorification of the dethronation, and then all hell is let loose. An onslaught of black metal lyricism, the true metal of death. From first single, the battle cry of bloodband Milita, through the cold darkness of Prepare the Coffin, to the sacrilegious contempt of perverting the Bible. There is no place to hide, no glimmer of hope. More than just an album, Desecration Right is a fearless, ferocious ride into desolate oblivion. With the strength of their infamous haven of shadows, Odium Records at their side, Vulture Lord are prepared to spread their death worship throughout the world like never before. When the words of Desecration Right are spoken in June 2021, then be sure the end is nigh. The kings of darkness have returned to extinguish the light, and no soul will be safe from their wrath. Up next, All This For Nothing. Having spent lockdown hard at work writing and creating demos, All This For Nothing are back with a brand new single and lyric video, Pathology or Pantomime. It's the first of the band's new offerings, having recently signed to Mongol Records. They'll be bringing you a consistent rollout of music, merch and artwork over the next few months. The new track also sees the return of the long-serving guitar wizard Mark Hinch. Produced at Asylum Studios in South Africa, it was mixed and mastered by Scott Halquist from the legendary punk band 10 Foot Pole. The band has this to say about it: Pathology or Pantomime examines the tenuous relationship between eternal struggle and outward expression, exploring the notion of concealing mental health crises in a world where those suffering the most are often the quietest about their pain. The track speaks to what all of us have gone through in 2020 and the manner in which we've chosen to conceal or express it. Lastly, Vulvodynia, South African death metal six-piece, who have now signed with Unique Leader Records and released a new single and lyric video for the track The Shadowy Descent of Gaia. And then they've also announced the release of the brand new album Brrraaains Infinity, out on the 17th of September via Unique Leader Records. The band commented on signing to Unique Leader. We're extremely excited to announce signing to the legendary label Unique Leader Records. Joining this label has been a dream for us since the band first started, and it feels incredible to be on such an insane roster. An unending sea of carnage, a god-turned beast devouring everything within its path, an epic sprawling tale of the consumption of galaxies and their inhabitants, and a duality of battling deities that takes place to bring the reign of Brrraaains to an end. What does this all mean? Simply put, it's Vulvodynia, the South African premium death metal export, back with this brand new album, the fourth full-length release, and of course the label signing to boot, completing the tale established in their critically acclaimed 2015 EP Finis Omnium Ignorantium. The new album was 1 hour of flesh-melting, bone-busting death metal infused with slamming elements and spine-shrinking breakdowns that captured the very crux of heavy, intense music. Produced by Christian Donaldson of Cryptopsy, the band's Unique Leader Records debut displays Vulvodynia's continued maturity and incorporation of melodic, technical and hyper-aggressive elements into the backbone of brutal slamming death metal to achieve what stands as the most divisive, engaging and immolating offer to date. On the new album, the band has this to say: this album really takes the Vulvodynia sound to the next level and incorporates some new genre styles that we grew up in, such as tech and mellow death. It was an incredible challenge writing and recording this album during a pandemic, but we put our hearts and souls into this release and we're honoured to present an album that we're extremely proud of. Finally, under concept, the band says this: Brrraaains Infinity tells the story of an interdimensional godlike being and his quest for ultimate power. After being cast out into the abyss by the elder gods, Brrraaains begins devouring all of the known multiverse on his journey to divine omnipotence. At the end of our 2015 release, the Earth gets eaten and travels through the centuries of darkness down his gullet into the external wasteland of galaxies. The heavens are slowly torn asunder as the gods scramble for a plan to defeat him. Battles rage and drama unfolds as the Earth and other planets within his belly try to fight off the ruthless invasion of his spawn. Shall the gods prevail or shall Brrraaains devour them all? It sounds amazing. What a clever concept. And it's Vulvodynia, so you know it's going to absolutely slay. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?